Welcome to City on a Hill Gaming, a family-friendly tabletop RPG podcast. Let's meet our players.
Hello, I'm Daniel.
Hi, I'm Grant.
Hi, I'm Peter.
Hi, I'm Greg.
Hey, I'm Shanine.
Hi, I'm Andrea.
What's up? I'm Ben.
We hope you enjoy our show. Anita needs to attempt to obtain thread. Roll to obtain thread. Well, that's unfortunate. My roll didn't show up, but it doesn't matter because Greg rolled a 1, so Greg gets himself in an XP.
I see your roll.
Oh, no, yours is the one that's the last roll up in the top left.
Oh, last roll by Ryan. Okay.
Which is also a 1.
Also a 1. So we tied at 1. Oh, no, I said ties 1 to the player. So I guess you succeed. Okay, so I'll tell you what happens. You cut the thread successfully, and you have yourself, I'm going to regret this in the future, 15 feet of thread that you severed off from the spool, but you also cut yourself slightly. In so doing, because, giant piece of glass.
Are ants attracted to the smell of blood?
I was just worried that there were any basement sharks.
Now?
I don't know.
Didn't you hear the report about snow sharks on the news recently?
That was all perfectly true, I'm sure.
Wait.
This is before you did things for clicks. Huh. Ratings. So yeah, there might be sharks in the basement.
Is that like from the same channel that has those stories about Bat Boy?
No. It was the
Shark
local
Girl, Lava
news
Boy,
channel.
yes. With their live report from down at the courthouse where they found that snow shark.
Yeah, they had the reporter standing outside and everything, telling parents to not let their kids play in the snow because there was a report of snow sharks that day.
That's right. Well, right then. All right, what y'all gonna do now?
Nothing had changed.
Nope, that's true. Unfortunately.
I'm gonna select the doubt option on this dialogue tree.
Don't worry. Anita will remember this.
I didn't get that reference, but it's fine. That's not new for us. So moving on. You have some thread and some blood and some Wonder Bread crust and some ants that you are presumably now going to tame, I think.
I feel like tame is a strong word.
It'll be fine. I believe in you.
Tie the thread around the crumb a little bit.
Right.
See if we can get one of the ants to start following us.
Sure.
Once it starts following us, jump onto its back, and then you pull the thread up with the umbrella to keep it in front of it.
Do you want the biggest, largest looking ant, or the smallest, least threatening looking ant?
The fastest.
The smallest, least threatening looking ant. Perfect. Good. How do you attempt to entice the ant over to you?
Kind of throw the crumb and thread towards it, kind of like you're fishing until it picks it up, until it picks up the idea of it, and then just kind of taunt it until it comes closer.
Roll to taunt the ant? I got a 1 again.
Oh, you got a 2.
Oh, I didn't move it down. We both got 2s. Which means tie goes to the player. Dagnabbit. All right, which means tie goes to the player. Congratulations, you've attracted the fastest of the ants. He seems very intrigued by Wonder Bread. I don't know him. It's probably
a wonderful time.
It's true.
Anyway, here's Wonder Bread.
Thanks to Wonder Bread for sponsoring this broadcast.
And now the ant has a name.
Wonder Bread?
Yes.
I thought you were going to say Oasis.
Gray Giant Hostel. What? Sorry. Flashbacks.
You're my Wonder Bread.
Yeah. Rock on.
Hold on, now I'm going to look that up.
Wait, actually, though, hold on.
No, I want to know when What's the Story Morning Glory was released. 95. Yeah, probably a little after when this game is set, I would guess.
No, sadly, just the classic Wonder Bread commercials and the official video upload from Oasis of Wonderwall.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying is What's the Story Morning Glory, which Wonderwall is on, is from 95.
Oh, too late for this. Unfortunate.
I had that.
Okay, so Greg has somehow tamed an ant. Maybe. Are you using the ant to... What are you using your mount for? And how are you hanging on to it?
Kind of like a horse. Just kind of got one leg on either side.
Okay, are you all for riding the ant?
Ants are insects, which means that they have hairy legs and bodies. We could just grab on and ride.
Okay.
Well, if that's the way you want to do it.
That's the way I am doing it. Yes. Bye.
Can we get the ant to climb the workbench so we can get up on top of the workbench?
Yeah, if you can hold that crumb out in front of it, we can probably steer it. Yeah.
All right, but
it'll make exploring the basement easier.
Yeah, but I'm gonna get on the middle part because I don't want to be by the bitey end or the other end,
folly offy end.
I don't know if this is a fire ant or not, and I don't want to get near a stinger.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. So who is guiding the ant? What? Okay. Greg, this is your fault. So I assume you're in charge.
No, Anita had the umbrella that they were going to put the crumb on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll to walk the ant. Sounds like a yo-yo trick. Hey! Okay. So Greg fails and gains 1 XP. The ant seems entirely preoccupied with a larger pile of Wonder Bread crumbs that it has now seen since it got closer to you. It is still under your control? Yeah, something like that. So you... Oh, wait. Oh, yes. So you have used your XP and you now have 2d6 walk the ant?
Yes.
Okay, good. Around here we call that 2d6 ant walking. Thank you.
Antimal handling?
Oh, no. That was the most city on the hill thing you've done tonight, Daniel, and I'm proud of you.
You only have yourself to blame
2d6 Antimal handling. Yeah, breathe it in, folks.
That will be my 3d6 one, or be Antimal handling?
3d6 Antimal handling. They're going to be specific skills. I didn't say they're going to be useful in all options.
Everybody walk the ant.
Walk like an Egyptian? Yeah, that's the look I was hoping for. Good. I'll take that. Perfect. Thank you. All right. Okay, so I guess you're rolling walk the ant again.
Yes.
Roll to walk the ant. 2. Good. You should probably do better than that.
I didn't.
On 2d6, that seems statistically unlikely. To be fair, your roll hasn't shown up yet.
Yours showed up as a 6.
Oh, that was my old one.
That's his old one. Last roll is
my last roll is 2.
Oh, I don't see yours.
It's mine was up above where it says last roll.
That still has mine.
Oh. Okay, wait, what was yours then? Oh, that was from like 2 minutes ago. I need you to roll again.
Oh, no, the one I just did was a 3.
Oh, it was also a 3. Well, that's higher than the 2, so that's fine.
Yeah. Your 2's still not showing up for me.
So I need everyone else to roll to hang on.
All right.
And if you want to use something you have at your disposal to try and do so, let me know.
Nope.
Okay, so Mick, Ambrose, and...
That's another one.
Well, that's a... Oh, I gotta roll 2. That's a 4 for me.
5 for me.
So Mick hangs on. Grant and Daniel... AC and Sarah appear to be having trouble. You've not fallen yet, but you're hanging by a hair, I guess.
Yeah, I'm going to say I got caught up in the leg hairs.
Yes.
And I'm barely hanging on as the ant is beginning to walk off with a big chunk of bread.
Wonder bread.
Towards its nest, and I'm having trouble hanging on to that moving limb.
So
I would like to support my friends.
Okay, roll to support your friends.
Okay, that's just 1.
Oh, okay. I keep rolling my physical dice that are in front of me. Okay, that's 6. Oh no, wait.
I rolled a 1 apparently.
And mine didn't
I
show
am
up.
going to roll to cut some of the thread
4,
shorter to make it kind of like seat belts for people who are sitting on the ant. That way it goes under the ant and around them, so it is harder for them to fall off, kind of like a 3-point harness.
Okay, roll to cut the... There you go. That's a 6. Antimal handling. Good. That beats my... Oh, that's a 6 on a 2 and a 4. Okay. So that beats my 2. So you now all have harnesses to hang on to the ant with. Greg, is it time to begin the climb?
Actually, I think we might want to collect some more thread first, just to, in case we need it later.
Make sure everyone stays strapped onto the ant safely.
And it comes in handy.
Keep your hands and feet on top of the ant at all
It'll
times.
It'll help keep us from getting a little too antsy.
There it was. We figured it out. All right. So roll to acquire thread.
There we go.
Hey. I only got a 5. So you acquire another 15 feet of Mom's Good, we'll say light blue thread from the sewing kit down in the basement. And I tell you what, Grant, Daniel, and Ben, make me a roll. It should be sort of a perception-based roll. So if you have something specific to roll, go for it. If not, just make me a regular roll anything.
All right.
6.
5.
And remember, that 6 is automatically a level.
That's true. So Ben, you gain a new perception-based skill of your choice. And I got a 3, so you all succeed. You each notice something different. Ben, you notice the other ants have taken notice of your Wonder Bread stash and appear to be making their way over. Daniel, you notice that at the top of the workbench, there appears to be some kind of large toolkit that potentially might have something useful in it, and it is open. And Grant, if you're not mistaken, Sarah thinks she sees her father at the top of the workbench. So, if anyone has anything they want to do, otherwise, Greg, it'll be time to try and ant wrangle your way up the desk. So I actually beat you. So you're, sorry, Wonder Bread is being uncooperative. Sounds like a real world situation that would have Twitter all upset. Wonder Bread is not interested in cooperating and will not be proceeding further at this time. What do you do as a group?
I want to keep an eye on. I'm going to use Danger Sense.
Okay.
To keep an eye on the my newly acquired. This is a 2 roll, right?
This is your 2d6.
2d6
Danger Sense.
To keep an eye on the coming ants.
Okay.
The rest of the colony to see, just to make sure that we're safe.
Okay, make me a Danger Sense roll. I got a 5.
I rolled an 8.
They got an 8.
What is it? So what is it? It's a 3 and a 5? Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
So you do see them headed towards you. They appear to be focused not on you, but on the larger pieces of bread that perhaps could be taken back to the colony. So you seem to be safe for now. You do hear the laser start to whir up again, ever so slightly.
Ooh.
This is the quietest you've heard it so far. So Greg,
make sure.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Make sure you get your slingshot ready because they're looking hungry. They're not looking at us, but they're looking hungry.
All right, I'm locked and loaded. I have a bottle cap and some glass.
And several pebbles. I assume Ack keeps pebbles on him at all times.
Well, you said I get one item, so I assumed it was a slingshot.
I would consider that part of the slingshot.
Okay.
Back in the good old slingshotting days. All right, Greg, ride the ant. Ghost ride the ant, yo. Don't
Ghost ride
that
it.
doesn't seem safe, actually. Ghost ride the ant. Okay, successful. Wonder Bread begins to make its way up the side of the workbench. There we go. All words were just absent. That was awful. Okay. Begins to make its way up the workbench. And as you reach the top, you hear a familiar voice that you each slightly recognize. Kids? Is it Sarah? Why are you... you giant ant. Giant ant. Why is there a giant ant? Why are you on the back of the giant ant?
I think
dinner's ready.
I think this is just a regular size ant, and we're tiny.
Did you stand in front of the machine? Please tell me you didn't stand in front of the machine. Did you stand in front of the machine?
We
stood near the machine. The machine Mom sent us down for dinner, and we had to look for you. So we had to stand near the machine.
Oh, it's getting and there's nanner pudding.
Ooh,
but we got to eat our veggies first.
Well, of course.
If I can make a suggestion, your machine needs more buttons.
Why do you know that, Mick? Mick, why does it need? I have. Oh no.
Ooh, can you get one of them boppets and put it on the console?
He was playing with it.
The third one on the left is a little sticky.
Well, yes, of course. Everyone. Oh no. No. Okay, well, at least you kids are safe. That's what matters.
Yeah, but Mom's gonna be real mad.
I'll take care of that, sweetheart. It's fine.
You could say big mad.
No, I can't.
Yeah. All right. Good.
X just gotta look over the side of the workbench, and then look over at Dr. Ritzberger, and just go, how safe is safe?
You're all still alive. What is your concern, Heck? Hey, it's blurry, but not
remaining that way.
Oh, of course, you kids are absolutely fine. We'll get you back to normal size. I promise. It's a very simple process. Absolutely, it's very straightforward. Science is flawless, mostly.
Obviously,
you look at the notebook, and there's just a section of the page that just says, "I have a lot of concerns," but no explanation of what those concerns are. There's something about teleportation being possible, but he hasn't tested that yet. It's like on Star Trek.
Sir, tell me, how did you get on the workbench?
I rode a moth.
Oh, that would have been so much more efficient.
No, it's not.
Turn into an eagle by chance?
No, it's still just a moth. But we spent a lot of time on the ceiling fan light, so that was not as time effective as I was hoping it would be.
How long have you been like this, Dad?
15, 20 minutes. I was working, and I set the notebook down, and the machine was wearing up, which it was supposed to, and I was going to put the basket of fruit on the bench so that it could shrink the basket of fruit, but then when I turned around to get the basket of fruit, something bumped the machine, and then the machine went off, and then I was on top of the stool on and then the notebook fell off, and then I heard you guys from upstairs, but then you didn't seem to notice me, so then I tamed a moth. And he points. The moth is sitting on the other side of the workbench very calmly.
Oh, it's so fuzzy.
I was going to rattle off a name, but I don't know the names of any species of moths off the top of my head, I realized.
Pneumonica.
There you go. We'll go with that one.
That's said.
Or that. It's a combo of the two.
Oh, like that one from that movie I wasn't supposed to watch.
Yes. Like the one that's apparently tattooed on Greg. There you go. Love to see it.
Yeah, I watched that movie. I thought it was going to be about farming and lambs, and it was not about lambs.
Oh, honey.
But at least they went silent.
Honey, sweetie baby. Okay.
I didn't sleep for 3 days. then my mama gave me a big
Oh, I have bad feeling about this.
a big cup full of Benadryl, and then I slept.
That's better than what I thought was going to happen. Okay. All right, so we need to get back to the machine. We need to reset the machine. We need to get normal size again. And we need to get back to dinner because I really don't like cold spaghetti.
Except for breakfast.
Except for breakfast, of course. Good callback.
Need a ride?
Perhaps your mother will reheat it for us, if I ask nicely.
Yeah. What is? I call shotgun on the moth.
Shotgun on the. So you want to sit up front?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. All right, kids. Well, come on. Let's. So we're gonna need several things. We need to find. Well, preferably some miniaturized sized tools would be good, but that doesn't seem to be super accessible unless I shrunk them.
Have your multi-tool on you?
He pauses, looks at you like, of course I would have thought of that already, you silly child. Why would I have not checked? And then he goes pocket, bottom left pocket on the cargo pants, pulls it out. Good. Okay. Excellent work, Anita. Very good. Right. Yes. Tell you what, Sarah, take your friends and go find another 30 feet of yarn over on the other side of the desk, and perhaps a large thimble, if there is one, and meet me at the moth.
Okay. I'm gonna start looking out for that thimble.
Everyone make a search and roll of some kind.
Or an equivalent, really.
Yes.
All right.
5. And quick note for those using roll with me here. You can name rolls and save them.
Yo.
Neat.
Sweet. Love it. Oh, saved rolls. Yeah. Dig it.
Oh. Huh. That's why I just with one button was able to hit roll, look for things.
So we're just waiting on Greg.
I will take us to all the places. And I already have 15 feet of thread, if that will help.
Excellent. We need
15.
at least another 30 feet. 3. Okay, so everybody beat me. So you guys jump on Wonder Bread, right over to the thread. How do you wish to cut the thread this time? Preferably not with more glass. That seems unsafe.
Did he give us his multi-tool?
No, he's using the multi-tool. He has to attach 4 more saddles to the moth.
I know how.
How?
Okay.
Come on, Wonder Bread.
Yep, I knew that's where you were going to go with that. That's fine. See if you can convince the ant to chompy the thread. Wonder Bread has not been fed recently, and will no longer be listening to commands because you're not a high enough trainer level and don't have enough gym badges. Which is a reference that is about 7 years too early for this setting, but that's fine. Or no, I'm sorry. Yeah, 7 years in the future from this setting.
Too early.
I think that was around 96.
Yeah, 96, 97.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I was just kind of been doing 90s-ish.
Yeah, that's true. So how do you wish to attempt to cut the thread now? Backup plan.
Well, I got more glass. I don't know. Maybe we can look to see if there's something else around here that we can use.
You do notice. So you guys already did a search and roll. Not only do you find the thread, near the thread... Can I go further back in the rolls? No. Grant, you had like a 6, didn't you? Oh, there is a history page.
Yep.
Grant and Daniel, you guys had 5s. So you know near the thread is a large thimble that has several small sharp edges on it.
Okay.
Perhaps you could accomplish both together.
Maybe. That's also like the opposite of what you want a thimble to be, is sharp and pointy.
Well, no, with the piercings in it might be sharp or just the edge of it. You know, there's a scale difference.
Yeah. And I realized in my head what I was thinking was cheese grater, not thimble. But that's fine.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about. The
There are
metal
little
thimble
divots.
that's got the slight.
Burrs.
It's slightly pierced to
Correct.
give it grip and actually give you, when you're sewing, give you a little something to sort of hook your needle into.
Perfect.
All right. Well,
So one of you two attempt to, or you two together, actually. I tell you what, if you want to work
Yeah, I
together,
think this is going to be both of us working together to
try and cut the thread using the giant thimble.
well, just kind of sawing it back and forth across it.
do you think it'd be easier to rub the thread back and forth across the thimble or the other way around?
Yes, definitely rub the thread across the thimble, because we can have one on each end of it instead of trying to pick up a heavy thimble that's the size of us.
We still have the glass shards too.
Yeah, but people keep cutting themselves on those.
And what's a little bit of blood among friends?
Gross.
Lubrication.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, so Daniel, go ahead and roll, do anything, and we'll combine the two.
All right.
Team roll.
Oh, good. You rolled as well as I did, and that barely beat Bryan. So
Wait, it didn't actually do it. Oh, mine didn't actually roll yet.
Oh,
there we go.
Woo!
Okay. I thought you'd rolled a.
That was
Oh,
from a
I was
couple
looking at
minutes ago. That was a different one.
All right.
So you guys successfully garner yourselves an extra 45 feet / millimeters, whichever is appropriate unit, of thread and a thimble, which you think Wonder Bread is capable of lifting.
Oh, right, because they can lift like 10 times their body weight or something.
Times their body weight, I'm pretty sure,
Yeah,
is science.
it's a lot.
It actually is a lot. So, Greg, will you do me a favor and attempt to command Wonder Bread to move the thimble?
Yes.
And Ben, will you make me another danger sense check, please?
Will do.
Greg, do you have any XP?
I do. Well, not anymore.
Oh, not anymore. Okay, you've just used some of it. Okay. Danger sense, which was...
I'm going to use my XP to make that 5 a 6.
Okay, so what is your new skill?
So that's 12. So that bumps me up danger sense to 3.
Okay, what's the new name? Because each time you get a new skill, you get a new name.
Oh, I thought that just increased the die roll on the danger sense one.
It's a whole new skill.
A whole new skill that is slightly
But
more specific.
It also has to be related to sensing danger or sensing things.
It's just like your do anything is very broad. Then you get a second level skill, third level, but your second level doesn't go away because you might want to do something that relates to the second level, but not the third level, unless you've just narrowed it down so much. Whatever.
Got it.
It's a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is your new higher level skill?
Oh, man. Push the story forward, and I will figure that out.
Okay. We'll come back to it. So what he notices with his 11 danger sense is that there appears to be several ants climbing the table towards where you guys were recently, and they appear to be moving quite quickly. Grant, what's your what was the name of one of your skills? The searching one?
Look for things.
Look for things. Make me a look for things roll.
Okie dokie. 5.
And I got a 5. Okay, close enough. You realize...
Hang on, did mine go through?
I'm not sure it did.
I don't see it. Oh, there it is.
Oh, 8.
You got 8.
All right.
You realize you think Wonder Bread may actually be... You may have inadvertently... And just go with me on this. Your aunt may be inadvertently a young queen that you have now taken from the nest accidentally.
That seems problematic.
There's no.
Oh.
So they may
Your
be
Majesty.
on their way to retrieve her. Your Majesty, Queen.
I want her to get big with us.
Live at Wembley. That seems unsafe.
Hey. This is the
I'm
90s.
so mad.
There are still bullies at school.
That's true.
How-
There are still bullies at
How
school.
dare you make a Queen live at Wembley joke?
Because when they're introduced live at Wembley, the man dressed like a police officer that is definitely not actually a police officer says, Her Majesty Queen. And I keep rewatching that clip from the movie, so it's stuck in my head now.
And I now have a better name than Wonder Bread for the ant, since we now know it's a queen.
Queen.
Falcor.
That was too specific for me, but I'm sure it wasn't for Daniel, so that's fine.
No, that one missed me too.
Never ending story.
Oh, okay. That's the only thing I knew Falcor from. I thought you were making a Queen reference.
No, because he brings Falcor back after the book and uses it to chase his bullies down.
Oh, gotcha.
That's how the movie ends. Falcor comes to the real world and he flies Falcor in through the city street and chases his bullies down the street into an alleyway. They have to jump into a dumpster.
And then
I might be a little wrong. I haven't seen the movie in like 20 years.
And then the story ends. So it's kind of like false advertising.
No, there was a sequel. Then the story ends.
Well, there were two sequels. The third one has Jack Black.
Yes, but the second one is essentially the second half of the actual book.
Oh. Well, there you go. I didn't know that.
Anyway, we got very distracted.
Right.
So, Ryan, is there anything that I could use as a weapon around us?
I've got something that can help fend some of them off.
Okay. So your situational awareness tells you could probably grab a needle, one of the smaller sewing needles, and use it as a jousting lance. Because that seems safe.
I'd absolutely grab it.
Perfect.
Yep. I'm going to aim my camera at the closest ant and flash it in its eyes.
Nice. The ant staggers and slips and runs away and accidentally bumps at least one more ant. So now there are only 3 ants climbing up and 2 ants climbing down.
I'm going to take a run at one of the ants with the needle.
I should probably have had you roll. So roll to attack the ant.
What? So this would just go back to the do anything,
This
right?
would be back to a do anything.
Okay.
Okay, so you got a 1, I got a 4.
You got a new skill.
So yeah, well, at least a new XP. So you miss the ant and skewer the needle into the table. You have lost your weapon.
I am going to use my bottle cap in the slingshot and shoot the ant that he was going to charge at, so he doesn't get.
Yes. Roll to hit.
I'm going to roll and do anything.
The ant dodges.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to spend an XP to give myself a slingshot skill.
Okay. Now, Grant, what did you want to do to fend off said ants? Oh, you used the camera. Yeah, you did the camera thing.
Use the camera.
Yeah. Okay, Greg, what do you got?
Ants are my friends. We don't have to be mean to them. Wonderbread Falcor, you are their queen. Have them join us on our epic quest.
Yeah, I knew this was going. Okay. Roll 1 with ants.
I did.
Antimal handling. Good. Got him. Tie. So they stop coming towards you threateningly, but they are definitely not. They still believe the queen is in danger, and they are therefore not listening to you.
I told her to tell them.
Yes, I know, but they don't trust her right now. Because she's made some new bad friends, and they don't like you guys very much.
Are you saying we're the anti-heroes?
Not on purpose, but I am now. Hashtag Taylor Swift. That was the name of the lead single from the new album. Was Anti-Hero. I work at a radio station. It is what it is.
I learned a thing today.
Yeah, there you go. It's not an awful song. I'm going to go straight to a good song, but it's not an awful song.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quick, just why? Because I'm trying to make sure I get this mechanic right. So
Yes.
with the 1, I got an XP that I could use to then add to make whatever my next 6, whatever my next roll is, a 6.
So
to
think you could
increase
actually
jousting.
You could actually use that XP immediately on the failure, because it was only a 1-die failure, to make that a 6 and gain a new skill immediately if you wanted to.
When you do that, it means that you gain the skill. It does not mean that you get to succeed at the roll. You still fail, but you can immediately learn from your failure and have the roll back.
Gain a new skill.
Yeah, gain the skill.
So that becomes a 2-die roll.
Correct.
Yeah.
You now have a 2-die roll related to jousting with sewing needles.
Makes sense. Okay. Then I want to just duck my head and just full run with using the football helmet into the side of one of the ants that's...
Even though they have stopped.
Okay, does he know that?
He's seen that they're no longer moving towards you.
Yeah, okay. Then I'll wait for them to do anything.
Prepare to charge.
I vote.
Prepare to charge.
We should run.
Okay.
Or better yet, hop on Wonder Bread Falcor and ride swiftly away.
Towards the moth.
Yes.
Fly, Falcor.
Okay, so you guys hop on Wonder Bread Falcor. And scuttle your way across the table to the far side where Dr. Ritzberger has fitted his moth with 4 more child-safe seats and 1 harness that is potentially ant-sized?
How did he make a 5-point harness out of thread?
Oh no, this was with other material he already had near him. The thread is just to lasso the ant to the moth.
The roll cage is a nice touch.
Technology.
Don't know how he did the airbags, but we're not going to question it.
Popcorn.
I was going to say small balloon, but Grant's is way better because it's still some kind of heat-based explosion in your direction to protect you from a larger explosion in your direction.
Is it at least pre-buttered?
No.
Oh yeah, this is the
no.
It's not the.
Sir, this is
John.
the '90s. This is
full.
Hey, we had Orville Redenbacher back then.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
No. This is probably from like leftover Christmas popcorn that's pre-popped.
Oh,
That popcorn.
God knows what on it.
the staleness adds extra cushioning.
Is it the cheese, the caramel, or the other?
It's the both.
I would assume it's the butter, because nobody eats the butter.
At a certain point, the cheese just kind of sticks to the caramel, and then...
I assume, is stickiness good in airbags or bad? Do you
Probably
want to stick to the airbag
Depends
when
if
it's
you want to
done?
get away after the accident.
So
you know
let's
what?
assume it's
We'll
not
find
caramel
out.
corn.
Let's get on the moth.
Each individual kernel is attached to some kind of small explosive device mounted to the back of a moth. Good. Safety. Third. Safety third. My apologies to my college stagecraft teacher. I said that often. I don't think she appreciated it. She taught me how to weld.
It still sounds like it's true, though.
It was for me. Kids, safety first. Seriously, though, please, safety first.
So in the true spirit of the 90s, before you use any power tools, be sure and read and understand all of the instructions, and most importantly, always remember to wear these safety glasses.
Also, remember every one of the warning stickers is there because somebody did something stupid. Don't add to them.
Oh,
It's
that's
not
also
just-
very 90s, yes.
It's not that they did something stupid. It's that they failed when they did something stupid. If you do something stupid and succeed, it doesn't get a warning label.
Story of my life.
That's true. Also, remind me to bring this up again once we're done recording.
That's why some hotels have a no bears policy. For a reason.
Right, so we're getting on the moth.
Right, getting on the moth. So you somehow managed to harness 4 elementary school age children to the back of a moth, attached to the underside of that moth a large ant carrying 45 appropriately sized feet of yarn and a thimble. Strap yourselves in and then fly that moth over to the giant shrink ray that Sarah's father was building.
And then are we going to drop the atomic bomb?
No, the ant is your friend. Why would you drop the ant on anyone?
They could survive a fall.
I mean, presumably he's not wrong. That's beside the point. The moth.
They could also live underwater for a really long time.
Listen, we're on a moth. We're not on a B-52.
Got him. The moth, whose name I have decided is Luna, because Luna Moth is the only one I can think of from my childhood, drops you off at the shrink ray in the appropriate position for Dr. Ritzberger to reprogram it to make everyone large, which is something he hasn't tested yet, but it'll probably be fine, I'm sure. Don't worry about it too much. That's the second half of the notebook that's empty. Science, it's all similar, probably.
It's just you just hold up the first half of the notebook in a mirror, and it tells you how to do it.
I was going to say upside down, but potato.
Before testing it on one of us, should we test it on something else first? I volunteer ant friend.
That seems perfectly safe. No, he doesn't actually say that.
You're a bad influence.
Me or him? Potato. Good.
Yes.
Sweetheart, that seems a little unsafe. I tell you what we'll do. Luna will fly us over there, and we will set up the thimble. We'll set up the thimble, and we'll expand the thimble.
Wait, but if the thimble is not pre-shrunk, will that be different than if you put something that's pre-shrunk in there? Like
maybe you
we'll
can only go
out.
one way because we shrunk. It's impossible to bring us big, and if you make the thimble big, it's impossible to bring it small.
a way to restock like this?
No, it'll be fine, kids. I'm sure. Okay, so they fly. You
At
fly
least
over.
grocery shopping will be cheap.
That's true, and clothes shopping, and transportation. Hot Wheels cars leading the way. Wait, was that Hot Wheels slogan? That's going to be awkward if that was the other company's slogan. Oh well, never mind. Moving on. So you fly over to the table. You set to the stool. You set the thimble down. You fly back. He enlarges the thimble. You now have we'll say roughly 7-foot thimble, probably. It crushes the stool because 7-foot metal thimble.
That's not a thimble anymore. That's a thumble.
I respect that.
I don't know why.
Oh, good, it worked. Sarah, sweetheart, take notes. We're learning. This is science, kids. Science.
Sarah will give the most preteen sigh imaginable and start and get the notebook out.
You guys are like just old enough to like have hit that phase.
I have a 10-year-old daughter.
Yep, perfect. Love it.
Oh wait, is science mean you can just screw around and do whatever you want to do as long as you write it down?
Until about 1996, yes.
Wait, what happened in 1996?
We can't tell you that yet.
Yep. That's
It
in the
hasn't
high school
happened yet.
textbooks. Also, it's the future. That's true. So you fly back to the shrink ray. He adjusts a few things because that seems slightly too large for the thimble. So, new calculations, little math, touch of calculus, physics, blah, blah, blah. It's fine. Okay, kids. So we're going to fly back over, and then we're going to release our animal friends, and then we're going to sit on them off. We're going to sit on the thimble, excuse me. And, 20-card gift set. Nice. And then we'll all be normal size again in time for dessert after you eat your vegetables. Right. So,
Broccoli.
yeah.
Celery, gotta be VeggieTales.
Cauliflower. No, we don't have time for that.
Ray
We don't have time for
to
that.
shrink the broccoli so we don't have to eat as much of it.
He ponders it momentarily. Responsible adult decisions. No, sweetheart, that would be irresponsible.
But we'll shrink your broccoli too.
No, sweetheart, that would be irresponsible.
But what if we made it big so you just had to eat one big broccoli instead of a bunch of small ones?
Or we just made the banana
I
pudding
could see
bigger.
I could see eating broccoli if I just had to get it all done in one bite. Make it small, pop it in the mouth, and you're done.
Or we make
Did
your
we
aunt
just
large
solve
enough to
world
eat the
hunger?
broccoli for you. Wait, hold on. Did we just solve world hunger?
No, I think we
Did Rick
solved
Moranis
some
solve world hunger?
That's literally what.
I do believe they did at the end of the movie.
That's literally what Honey, I Blew Up the Kid was about.
Oh, was it? Okay, I don't remember that one as well. Huh, there
Yeah,
you
he was
go.
trying to blow up food to make it
Yeah,
Basically
it
just,
said
you
he
know-
blew up his toddler child and made a toddler like
That part
30
I
feet
remember.
tall.
Yep.
Yeah,
Honey, I blew
I
up.
remember
Okay.
that movie.
I read a Goosebumps book like that, but it was a hamster.
Yeah, that works too. Okay.
That also solves world hunger.
Yeah, there you go. Congratulations.
In a very different way, yes.
Good. Well,
Jokes you have to cut.
yes. So kids, what we're going to do is, yes, we're going to get regular size again, hopefully. It'll be fine, I promise. So you guys fly back over. He releases Luna and takes off the car seats. Car seats, yeah. Takes off the car seats and the ant harness. Walks over to Anita, puts a hand on Anita's shoulder. Sweetheart, you're going to have to let the ant go. Falcor must be free to lead her people.
Falcor is such a good friend.
And for you to be a good friend in return, you have to let Falcor go back home.
Alrighty then. Can I come back to visit her though?
You absolutely can.
Yay, so I'm allowed in the basement again.
Probably not. But we'll put together some kind of ant farm.
Ant farm.
Maybe I can sell them. But we'll keep Falcor and her kingdom here at the house, where they'll be safe, presumably.
Oh, and the ant farm could be UFO themed, so it could be an alien ant farm.
Jeez.
That sounds really smooth.
Auntie,
a
are you
criminal?
okay? Yeah. We went two different ways. That's good. Perfect. For whatever portion of our audience wasn't alive in 2006, I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Yeah, there we go. Okay, so you release Falcor and Luna. Unshrink yourselves. You're on normal
I believe
size again.
the technical term is embiggen.
Correct. That's copywritten. Sorry. That belongs to Marvel. If
Or
Oh,
Biggie size it.
that also is copywritten.
Oh, we got supersized.
Biggie sized. I think if you combine two copywritten things, you're no
They
longer
cancel each
violating
other out.
either copyright. That's not true. Don't do that. Pretty sure that's not actually how that works. But look, copyright law, blah blah blah, technical terms, small
Oh,
claims
thank
court,
goodness
whatever,
you
it's fine.
saved the day, Spider Aquaman.
Spider Aqualad. Spider Aqualad. Thank you kindly. Good. Okay, so you guys unshrink. Sarah's mother reheats dinner begrudgingly. She has a strong conversation with her husband about science and technology and being late for dinner, and also child endangerment. But less so of the child endangerment, because, 90s. This was all perfectly fine. No ramifications. And there is a nice ant farm created that stays in the kitchen. Actually, you know what? Stays in Sarah's room. If Sarah will be willing to house the ant farm in her room. That has Falcor and her mini followers.
Minions.
Minions. Good. Correct answer. Falcor and her mini minions. And everyone gets home in time before the streetlights turn off. Wait, or come on. Come on. Before the streetlights come on. Having been fed. Many minions. Yes, good. Thank you, Greg. So yeah, you guys are successfully all approximately the same size you should have been. You all grew 3 inches.
Yay, growth spurt.
Yeah, it's normal for children. It's fine.
Oh man, that means my Mountain Dew is slightly larger.
24 ounces.
And does that mean we can finally ride the roller coaster?
No, still 3 inches short.
Oh,
But hey, on the
well,
plus side, the good doctor's now over 6 feet.
maybe next year I'll get to ride the Vominator.
Ah, the Vominator. Okay.
Maybe I'll get to ride the one that comes when the carnival shows up in the mall parking lot.
Where everything shakes and is probably bolted down?
It was the 90s.
No shade to those folks. They actually ran quite a lot of quality carnivals in our hometown. To my knowledge, with no issues. So no disrespect to them and the fine folks at Bradley Square Mall. BradleySquareMall.com? Probably. I don't know. Home of Dice Head games and comics.
Yeah, a website that's probably also not been updated since the 90s.
2007, thank you. Now I want to know what the copyright on their website is. I'll check that later. It's not important. So thank you guys. That was a bunch of something that was vaguely not related in a way I enjoyed.
Thank you very much for running.
Is absurdity.
Yes, absurdity. That's the word we use here. So that was actually something I sprung on them very last minute, and by very last minute I mean an hour before we started recording with a prompt 5 minutes before we went live. It's fine. They did a good job.
Yeah, I really dug deep and just tried to channel
everything you watched
as a kid.
Yeah, everything you watched when you grew up. Yeah, perfect. Everything that should still be on television but probably isn't. Now I kind of want to see where I can watch Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Disney Plus?
Yeah, that's almost
Amazon
certainly on
Prime.
Disney Plus.
Sure, it's around there somewhere.
I also appreciate how I tried to go by Eck and nobody called me that.
I called you that at least twice in 90 minutes.
Sure.
Yeah, my brain totally went to Mars Attacks when you said that.
I saw that picture. That was very interesting.
Which has Jack Black.
There's a... I got that Eck thing from a really, really, really old bluegrass recording of apparently some guy from Texas named Eck Robertson, who his name was A.C. Robertson, and everyone just called him Eck. And so that's what was written on the recording.
Eck Robertson.
Yeah.
Okay, very nice.
But I deeply feel the point when Grant's character called me Ambrose, and I was like, who? Right, me.
Oh, wait, me.
Because that has happened to me several times, where someone has used my given first name, and I have no idea who they're talking about for a second or two.
Mood. So yeah, if you enjoyed that, rollforshoes.com for the very complicated rule set. It's just awful. Why would you ever try and do something so complicated?
There's 6 rules,
there
by
are 6
the way.
rules. Using a D6 system. Synergy.
Oh, I get it.
I didn't until just now, so it's probably not even intentional. It's fine. So yeah, cityonahillgaming.com, City on a Hill Game on Twitter. Links in the description for everyone's locations, including Greg's new podcast, and maybe some other new friends along the way. We'll be back with more
review on there.
Yes, go see Greg and say hi and be on his podcast. He needs guests. We will hopefully have more season 4 soon. I have something real dumb planned for next session. I'm excited. Real genius and enthralling. Yeah, that one. We'll go with that one.
Listen, it can be 2 things. We can hold these 2. We can hold these 2 truths in tension with one another. That it can be enthralling and brilliant and very dumb.
Ooh, that's real old music. Sorry. Yes,
and
presumably
self-evident.
Right. So yeah. Anything you guys want to plug before we go?
This probably won't be up before Desert Bus happens.
I actually don't know when Desert Bus is this year. Hold on.
Friday.
Oh, no, this won't be up before Desert Bus happens. DesertBusForHope.com. I made that up. Is that right? Oh, no, I'm sorry. DesertBus.org. My apologies.
Yeah, it's...
DesertBus.org, home of a good, not entirely family-friendly fundraiser. Largely family-friendly, though.
No,
they're pretty careful about that.
They shoot for, like, PG-13 on the Desert Bus.
Where they play an awful game and raise money.
Yeah, it's too late for us to do it. It's already over. So it was great, presumably.
Presumably they raised lots of money because they normally do. They've already raised over $4,000 and they haven't started yet.
Yeah.
So
they broke $1 million last year, which is absolutely absurd.
And all the money goes
wonderful
to the Child's Play charity, which is used for putting games and toys and the like in children's hospitals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And run by the folks from Penny Arcade, if I'm also not mistaken.
Started by the folks at Penny Arcade. I don't know how much oversight they still have over it.
They spun it off into its own thing. I think they're still working out those offices, but they're not directly responsible for it anymore.
It's only that's 3 or whatever.
I'm going to be honest. If I had a charity that went that huge, I would also want someone else in charge of it. That's not me.
Oh, for sure.
Amen. So go check that out.
Penn and Teller ever been on it?
Yeah, every year.
Okay, I don't know if Teller will this year.
Yeah, he's got some health issues.
Ooh.
Understandable.
They
I think
normally
last year
join
it was just
by Zoom
him.
call anyway.
Yeah. They've called in since year 1.
Yeah. Because the game they play during Desert Bus is based off of Penn and Teller's game from 1990. I don't remember the actual year.
Well, it was never released, so there's not an actual year. It's Penn and Teller's Smoke and Mirrors.
It's meant to be an entirely safe and completely unoffensive video game that includes a mini game called Desert Bus, where you drive from, I think it's Reno to Las Vegas.
Tucson to Vegas.
Thank you. Tucson to Vegas in real time, which takes 8 hours in real time. And when you get there, the bus door opens, the bus door closes, and then you turn around and go back the other direction.
And you get
score 1 point.
Yes.
A point.
And that is all the game ever is. And they will play this game until we stop paying them to, and then all the money goes to charity. Because
this is a really
funny in this case.
This is a really great thing that we're going to have to cut because it's completely irrelevant.
I mean, they can still donate, presumably.
And
at
be
least
ready
2
for it
child
next
play in the
year.
future. Yes. And we normally plug them each year, I think.
We've tried to.
Yes. We normally try and throw something out there for Desert Bus because cool people doing good things for small children. Something Ryan always a fan of. So yeah, check out.
Something Daniel also a fan of, who has been in children's hospitals and has gotten to play like Mega Man 2 for the very first time because of having a Nintendo in the
children's hospital. Thank you everyone for listening. Have a blessed day. Thanks for listening to City on a Hill Gaming. For more information, you can find us on Twitter at City on a Hill Game, on Instagram at City on a Hill Gaming, on Twitch at twitch.tv/City on a Hill Gaming, or wherever you listen to podcasts by searching for City on a Hill Gaming. If you want to hear more from the Saving the Game folks, you can find their backlog of episodes at stgcast.org. Thanks as always to our Patreon backers, Stephanie, Ryan, Bryan, Doug, JD, Andrew, Christina, Ashley, JoAnne, and Tony. We really appreciate everything you guys do to support the show. Thanks for listening, and have a blessed day. Thanks as always to our Patreon backers, Stephanie, Bryan, Grizzly Rich, Sir Lord Epic Name, Andrew, Christina, and Tony. Thank you for all you guys do to help support our show, and we really do appreciate what you guys do.